Hi, Zakk. How are you?
I have to tell you.
Huh?
Helldivers 2, one of the best games that I've ever played. Ever. In the last... forever. One of the things that I notice a lot about this game, the Dune planets. One of the things about One Piece is the Dune references. Absolutely phenomenal. Everything's tying together. I cannot believe it. How are you doing this week?
Pretty good, but you know what's cool about Helldivers? You usually operate in a group. And look over there, who's that?
Is that our cue?
Yes, that's your cue.
Sorry, I haven't been playing, what is it called? Helldivers? I've heard so much about that. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is that something about a contract and that you're not supposed to be reading the contract because it's against the contract. That's the only thing I know about it.
If you've ever watched Starship Troopers or the Terminator movies, then that's effectively what it is.
Oh, I see. But hey guys, thanks for having us on.
Yes.
Our pleasure. These are the Chibi girls. Chestnut Tanuki, and I can never pronounce your name. Is it Onahime?
It's actually Ohime Tenshi, but you can just call me Hime.
Excellent. So today we got a great chapter of One Piece, chapter 1110, entitled Planetfall, and we're going to be talking about it. Oh boy. It was good.
Are we on your right watch again?
A little bit, but I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of company too badly. If you would all indulge me, I made a short a little while ago saying that it was possible that Nosjuro could turn into like a skeleton thing.
Yeah, you mentioned that on the podcast, I believe 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
When you were talking about the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, that was like about Doc Q. And I was saying that it would be cool if he turned to like a big thing that Black Maria calls Brooke, the giant rattling skeleton.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turns out he's a skeleton horse. It's sick. It's so cool.
He does the same things as Brooke too.
Yeah, he has cryokinesis. Oof. But I'm taking over. I'm sorry.
But let's talk about One Piece, shall we? What a chapter.
Yes.
Yo, Hime's been having a lot of fun with this chapter on Twitter already, like doing like the biggest damage control known to man.
Yo!
Okay, now. To be fair, I haven't read the whole chapter. I just read the leaks. So probably there's details I'm not aware of, but I'm aware of most important parts. And yeah, the thing is, I guess Zoro had his lick back. That's all I'm gonna say.
You think Zoro? You think he one-shotted him, bro? Literally took him out in one move. No bandana.
After battling for 6 months. Okay, sure.
All he needed was a little bit of inspirational talk from his boyfriend.
You know what?
And then he got it immediately.
Absolutely.
I love how we're all in agreement on this. Listen, I think that the Zosan, that ship, and the Zoro fans have the funniest relationship on Twitter because they absolutely hate each other, even though they both love the same character. So
I am 100% part of that. I hate Zoro fans. Because I am a Sanji guy.
I'm a Sanji guy, but I don't hate Zoro. But then I hated the ZKK movement. I thought that was terrible.
That's most Zoro fans. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this wonderful thing with One Piece itself, where you can have two fans of two characters treating each other's fan bases the same way that the two characters treat each other, just bickering about who's better all the time.
One Piece is magic.
Oh, it's real.
And we can't get much higher.
Oh no.
Unlike that Lucy stock, because that's plummeting, bruh.
No,
Oh my God,
honestly,
I'm so happy.
I honestly listen. I thought that like Lucci was gonna like give him a good fight, and I think it was a good enough fight, like. But obviously, like, did I expect like Zoro to just like one shot, one move out of nowhere? Like, I mean, like, if you could have done that a while ago, what did you wait for?
I told you this. I told you this like for every chapter, every single chapter he made. I told you. I said Lucci is a bum. This man has no advanced. This man has no advanced hockey whatsoever. We don't even know if he has observation hockey. He's like barely a master of 6 powers. We've seen other vice admirals. We've seen them combine 6 powers moves where it's like I'm pretty sure Lucci. The only thing that he can do is like Iron Body and then like Tekken, like that, or like where he does like his like ultimate like shock move, which is like
the Rokuogun,
yeah, the that one. So he can do that, and I'm pretty sure he uses Iron Body to increase the power of that. So that's one move. So at least he can do that, right? But what else can he do? Like he has an awakened Zoan fruit, and he's barely outspeeding people. Like this is ridiculous. He's a total bum. Zoro had better feats against King. He has better IQ feats against King. Like Oda was just padding out the chapter. As we see.
It certainly doesn't help Lucci that most of his fight was done off screen. And it also doesn't help him that he's still weak and tired from fighting Nika.
Oh, he's just such a bum, bro. He's such a bum. I'm so happy that Zoro one-shotted. Oh.
I will say spotted handgun is cool.
Is it?
Should have been spotted shotgun, but oh well.
I will say it's weird, to Chestnut's point, that like we have had other 6 powers users that are more interesting specialists, like Jaguar, for example. He can move using Tenkai, but Lucci can't.
I'm just saying.
So it's weird.
Well, Lucci is a bum. He's overhyped. The only reason that he was good is because he had his devil fruit. And the thing is, he relies so much on his devil fruit. So, like, I always expected him to have an awakening. I always expected this bum to try to rely on a stupid devil fruit awakening because his hockey is trash, and so is all of his fighting moves. His IQ is trash. He lost to a pre-time skip Luffy who couldn't even use hockey yet, and this man is supposed to be one of the strongest people in the world government. Take this bum out. I already knew my boy Zoro was going to pull through.
Hey,
the thing is, like, I think he took a long time. Honestly, he could have done it faster. Is all I'm saying.
Plot. Sorry, go ahead.
And also, I he got Nick diffed by Stussy in one panel.
That's why I was telling you that Lucci's a bum.
I mean, he got diffed by Luffy, he got diffed by Stussy, but he still stood back up and fought the right-hand man of the King of the Pirates to a standstill for 6 months. Lucci has done what he needed to do. He didn't have to win. He doesn't need to win. All he has to do is stall Zoro long enough to be a pain. He's done everything he had to do.
In a way, Stella is dead. That's what they wanted, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder who didn't protect him, bro.
Yeah, I wonder who stayed 100 years with the big cat.
I will say, to the point of his Zoan awakening, I don't even know if he's that good at that, because now it seems like people can be multi-tiered in awakening, looking at the 5 elders, because all of them, except for maybe Saturn, are in a full beast form. And we've seen Lucci doesn't have his cloak and his regular hybrid state, so I don't know.
That is actually a really good point. I do wonder if there are different tiers to. I mean, to be fair, I always figured that there were different tiers to awakening because, like, Kaido had his like second hybrid form. Do you remember that? Yeah. And it looked so super close to an awakening, and I almost thought that was like a pseudo awakening. It was like Kaido never fully awakened because he never truly believed that a devil fruit power could like surpass hockey.
Yeah,
he never truly believed in himself, and he couldn't cross the waterfall like the carve.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the reasons why his form looks so similar, because like the spiral form that you see with these awakenings, like it's all over them, and Kaido had that too. So I always expected that. But it makes sense that Lucci, you know, his bum isn't even.
The Lucci slander.
It's funny.
I love slandering Lucci almost as much as I love slandering Mihawk. Almost.
Mihawk is looking a bit fraudulent this chapter. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shook because I've been around for a long time, right? Not like on YouTube, but like just on the internet in general and the One Piece fandom. So many people have always said that Nosjiro was going to be a dope swordsman. And he is. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I think it's very interesting too. I think that, the world's strongest swordsman probably didn't take that title from the world government. Just saying.
But let's be honest, nobody should really know about the Gorosei.
Very true. But
I don't think this guy has the time to go and fight Mihawk so that he can have a title. Why does he need a title for? He already owns the Earth.
And that's, listen, I think that the Mihawk slander is so funny because Mihawk fans think that he's like the strongest ever, but there's so many other people that he couldn't have possibly fought. It's like, come on, guys.
At the end of the day, Mihawk is not in his strongest form because he hasn't pledged himself fully to Buggy-sama! Let's go!
100,000% thank you. Thank God you exist. You are 100% right, my friend. We have to push forward with the Buggy Church.
Yes.
Yes.
There is no such thing as Buggy slander because all slander becomes victories for Buggy-sama.
And Mihawk couldn't cut Buggy, I'm just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Which means in a battle of swords, Buggy has defeated Mihawk and Zoro.
Yes. Also, fun little tidbit. Galdino, the thing on his head is not a 3, it's a W, because do you remember that he held down Brocky, the same guy that's chopping up a Gorosei right now? I'm just saying.
Isn't that weird how Brogy and Dory are pushed as like these super strong people, and yet Mr. 3, who was taken out by the majority of people, like he was like very easily taken out by Luffy. Like he was able to freeze them. I don't know if it's just they're gonna say like, oh, they were weakened in that state, but I always thought that was very weird. Like,
yeah, Mr. 3 did it through like underhanded tactics and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot harder to fight at your full capacity when you have literally had your innards exploded through bad sake.
It's true too, but it's like also like, I don't know, maybe Mr. 3 is just stronger than we gave him credit for.
Maybe Galdino is going to become the Pirate King.
I think that Buggy's crew is just filled with like undercover, like crazy strong people, and eventually we're just gonna have a full Buggy Pirate King thing.
I want Buggy to find the One Piece first so badly.
Yo, he's gonna be at Loftail, okay? He might not like find One Piece or anything or whatever, but he's gonna be crowned as the Pirate King by the media, by Morgan, I'm telling you right now. And Luffy's gonna be low-key the Pirate King.
Low-key is crazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, Buggy has already gone through the hero's journey. At the very beginning, the hero, they have to ignore the call. They have to deny their call to go out and adventure. And the first time that Buggy was at Laugh Tale, he ignored it. He denied his destiny. But now he's going to redeem himself, and he's going to make it there. He's going to get the One Piece. He's going to become the Pirate King, if only for a little bit.
As long as that fraud Fed Shanks doesn't get it.
Oh, please.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, okay. Chill.
Listen, bro, Shanks is gonna die to Blackbeard, so I don't think you have to worry about that.
I'm frothing at the mouth. I can't wait.
Shanks is going to fall into the water, and they're going to reveal that he had the rat fruit the whole time.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh my God. What is this slander? Oh my God.
Rat fruit model Fed.
Well, at least it's not the paint fruit from me, like Mihawk.
True. We have never seen him in the water. I don't know.
That's facts. By the way, that's facts. I have never seen Mihawk take a dip or get in the water or anything, bro.
How crazy would it be if Mihawk actually had a devil fruit and that gave him all of his sword ability?
Oh,
the community will never like recover. I'm telling you right now.
At the very least, we should know that Mihawk has a little bit of sword ability because it transferred over to S-Hawk. But yeah, S-Hawk also has he also has a devil fruit that gives him a sword ability.
That is true, the dice fruit. Although that was Mr. Two's fruit.
Mr. 1.
Oh yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, same difference.
We don't refer to him as Mr. 2 anymore anyway.
Yeah, Von. Yeah, there's.
That is my lad, Bon Clay.
The best of boy.
He really do be, bro.
Oh, forgot to mention Yamato cover story. I called it. Yes. Oh, it feels so good.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Never leaving Wano. Never. But
Not for real.
Every time Yamato shows back up in the fandom, bro, I just wait on Twitter and I'm like, please, just let them be. Just
let the Yamato fans have their day.
Oh, the toxicity is so high.
Yamato should have joined the crew. Blah 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 blah. All the discourse happen again, and you're like, let it go. Please let it go.
It's hard to let it go when Oda practically looked us in the eye and said that she's joining the crew, and then changed his mind. And
yet we have oh no, we're not doing that today. No Jinbei talk. No. If you don't know, there's a running gag that Zakk puts me into a hole in which I rant off for an hour about how I despise Jinbei.
What?
It happens every week somehow.
Every week. Sometimes I just go into the hole voluntarily.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Jinbei movie is eventually happening.
It's happening, yeah. I will put it out. And you won't even see it coming. But anyway.
As soon as the evidence stops coming out, then we can reveal it.
Oh, by the way, that's right. Our number 3 Straw Hat did a lot this week. He played babysitter. Fantastic.
Oh, number 3 Straw Hat, Nami? What'd she do?
Got you there.
True. True. I have also been told that you are a Nami fan. I appreciate you, Tanuki.
I love Nami. Nami is my favorite character. After that, it's Zoro. I don't count Luffy because Luffy's everybody's favorite character. So Luffy is number 1. But like it goes Nami, Zoro. I am a Jinbei fan. I will say I do love myself some Jinbei. I love my like 40-year-old dads who just babysit their children. I don't hate Sanji, but I definitely like everybody else more than him.
There it is. There it is.
Here. Disgusting.
Wow.
I mean, I don't hate Sanji, but you know, he's fine.
Listen, bro, maybe if Sanji could, you know, if Sanji was like Sanji in the live action and he was suave and he wasn't so creepy and went into women's bathrooms, that's the only reason I don't vibe with him anymore. Like, I used to really like him pre-time skip, but when he went into the bathroom in Wano after having a whole character arc in like Whole Cake Island, I was like, really, bro?
I'll give you that about my boy, yeah. Post-time skip has not been very kind to my son.
We are not escaping the allegations, Zakk. We are in shambles.
I mean, diggity dog, I had a moment in my life where I thought Usopp was going to be my favorite Straw Hat, and then the whole cake happened, and I was fine, but you know.
Whole cake happened for me, but in the opposite way. I praise my Bone King every day. I love you, Brooke.
Bro, Brooke's so good.
Yes!
Yeah, I love this little background gag with Brooke, by the way.
Yeah, he's getting kicked in the nuts. It's great.
Lilith just kicking him between the legs, but he doesn't have anything there because he is a skeleton.
Oh, I love their dynamic. I love how she's bullying him and like calling him different names. Like one time he's Bones, one time he's Skull Head or something. It's so funny.
Lilith really is kind of becoming my favorite. Bully. Yeah, I love her. She's a great Vegapunk. I like her in York.
Oh, we love her too. Me and Chestnut, we love Lilith, and we want her to stay alive.
Yeah, you can kill off all the other ones. I think York is gonna live because it's like, you know, world government type stuff.
It makes sense for York to live by the end of this arc.
Oh yeah, but the other ones, get them out of here.
All my homies love Atlas, but there's no way she's surviving this arc.
Yo, didn't Atlas just get like absolutely demolished like it was like 1 chapter ago or something, and she just got like hit, and you're like, oop, she's gone.
Her entire purpose is to get mollywopped every chapter.
Oh yeah. Also, Lucy beating up a little girl. This is your king. Terrible.
Oh, he's such a bum.
Great job, Lucy. You bashed a child. Great. So people are saying that Jupiter is like a Dune reference, which is where the sandworm come from. I have a alternate proposal. Do you all remember Beetlejuice?
I do know Beetlejuice.
Well, that's 3.
I'm confused. Who's Beetlejuice?
You know that thing I showed you, Hime, the other day when we were listening to the musical, and you said that you really didn't like it.
Yeah,
that's Beetlejuice. But there's a movie, like there's an actual movie that's not a musical. I've been listening to the soundtrack recently for that for no reason. And I showed it to Hime, and she's literally like, "I hate this."
But
I don't like musicals.
It's understandable.
Yeah, not for everybody. But there is a movie and then there's a cartoon based off the movie. In both the movie and the cartoon, there is a monster called a sandworm that operates in a very similar way to what Jupiter is doing, because what it does is this giant striped worm that lives on Saturn in the movie and lives in Sand World in the cartoon. But it has like a hood that looks like a mouth. It peels back the hood and then its actual head comes out. Jupiter seems to be doing the same thing because he looks like he has like a weird, like, phallic looking hood that covers him. And then when he eats Luffy, you see the big lips and the teeth.
I love that he has human teeth.
Yes.
That is so unsettling and stupid. Oh my God.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I even made a tweet about it. I was like, I cannot take him seriously because he looks like he went and got veneers. Like what is happening?
My boy is styling.
You guys remember that SpongeBob episode where
with the teeth? Yes.
Alaskan bullworm.
I think that Oda's just doing a giant SpongeBob reference. We're gonna get a scene where like Sanji is like beating him up, right? And then it's gonna be like, that's not the worm. That's his tongue.
That's just his tongue.
Fantastic.
So much Sanji slander. I don't hate Sanji. VT dubs. I feel like I'm slandering him so much. It's just because Hime's here. It just
sure. You can hide. You can try to hide your game from the world, but I know you.
You do know me. I don't hate Sanji. Don't be like that.
Every time we are streaming and I want to praise Sanji, she's like, we have to go next. No, we have to continue reading. I'm sorry, we don't have time for this, Hime.
Oh, how exciting. A double-page spread. No, I want to talk about Sanji.
That's basically Hime.
No, because that's true. When he deflected the light beam from Kizaru, she was like, "Nah, let's go to the next thing right now."
Listen, bro. That's not my fault. No, you're good. I was gonna say that's not my fault. Hime was glazing him too much. I just had to. He's one of my favorites. Of course, I'm gonna glaze him to oblivion.
Speaking of changing the subject, is this the first double-page spread of Egghead?
Yes. This is the first double-page, full-page spread we've gotten in years.
Since the samurai fought Kaido.
I think so.
Was that a full double-page spread? When they pulled out the swords and they all had Odin style?
I think so.
Even if that wasn't a double-page spread, that was massively Kino.
Speaking of Wano, Warcurry, Top Man Warcurry, turned into a big pig like Pumbaa for Lion King. But they reminds me of the big boar that Odin slashed in half during the opening of the Wano flashback.
Which means Zoro's gonna kill him. Because he has Odin's hockey, I guess.
Odin's hockey sword, Enma.
Lend me strength, Odin-sama. This is base Lucci we're going up against.
See, it's such a good thing.
Y'all on thin ice.
But
Funny.
I found out that what's his name? Marcus Mars, the bird that he turns into, that I can't read the name of, Itsumade, means until when, which is like a weird like death chant, because it means until when is the corpse ready or something or other. So I wonder, is that going to mean anything since he's death related like Nosjuro?
Is there a true theme between all of the Gorosei here?
Not really, because the worm is not a yokai.
But are the rest yokai?
Yeah.
It may have a power based off of it. I feel like the way that Oda is doing it, I think they're all technically yokai or like based off of like mythos. But I'm assuming that they're kind of mixtures of things. Like things aren't going to be like one basic, like, you know what I mean? Like he's not just gonna be like, oh, I like this, I'm gonna base it off of this. I think that there are multiple influences for things. Like that's why I think like Imu is based off of like obviously the Umibozu, but I also think that she's based off the Japanese rain woman, who I cannot pronounce the actual yokai's name, but like the Japanese rain woman will like lick her palm and cause like rain to fall down places. So it's like I see like these cool like mythology like trails all over. So I'm assuming that most of the Gorosei have multiple influences with them, and I'm assuming we're going to see this, or Jupiter is because he was so much younger. He's different, and it's like a different era. That's the two things that I'm thinking of.
Well, first, Hime, do you want to add to that?
Honestly, ever since Chestnut gave me her theory, I was like running with the same thing as her. So I don't have like one of my own.
Yeah.
I agree, because I did a little research on Saturn, and that's even more prominent here. We find out that he's a Gyuki and Ushioni. They're the same thing. But I did a little research. He might be also influenced by Baal, because Baal is often depicted with like as a man with like a spider body, and I think the head of an ox too, or something like that. But he can summon legions of men to his aid, which is where I think the whole teleportation magic circle thing comes from. Also, his name is Saturn, and the planet has rings, so that's like a gag. But yeah, so he's like Ushioni / Guki, but he's also maybe Baal, the demon.
I will say it is probably the second most based Gyuki in manga, behind my boy Killer B, baby.
Yes. Oh, that's right. He is one. Yeah. Go on.
Well, his tailed beast is named Gyuki, so.
Which I guess it operates on the same thinking, because I mean, octopus have 8 legs, spider have 8 legs, so yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and they both have ox heads. I think that was the joke.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, true. Yeah, I love Nosjuro. He's the best.
He's definitely the coolest design, I think. Like, which is just, I feel like such a big W for Zoro fans, that he's probably the coldest design, has a sword, clearly going to go up against it. Is Jupiter actually going to be the matchup for Sanji? Because
I don't know. Okay, first of all, like, where was this even written? Like, who decided that?
Do we even know if the Straw Hats are going to fight these guys?
I doubt
there's that too.
What are they going to do?
This feels like a run situation, Doc.
I feel like, okay, so a lot of people are theorizing that like the crew is going to separate, where like there's gonna be Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, and Jinbei who's gonna stay on Egghead. The rest are going to escape, and they're going to meet up at some point all together, Elbaf, like later on. But that means that there's going to be some fights. But these are just theories.
I can't imagine that everyone else would go to Elbaf without Luffy, considering why Dory and Bragi are here.
But it wouldn't be the first time that like they separate. You know, like so, like the main mission is like to
get Vegapunk out of here.
Die, yeah, you know? I mean get Bonnie out of here as well.
Yeah.
On Bonnie, I hate the slander talk I've been hearing that she'll join the Revolutionary Army. I hate it.
I don't think that's gonna happen too. That's weird. It makes no sense.
Apprentice piece. Please make her an apprentice. Please.
She's going to join the Revolutionary Army under Dragon, who got fired from the Marines for doing nothing.
I mean, that's how he got fired. I hate Dragon. No, Dragon is the worst character in this whole narrative. Oh my days.
Yo, Dragon, you know what I mean? He's just looks east, bro. The man knows what he wants, and what he wants is east. We don't know what's east, bro, but he's still looking there.
And Sabo's looking west.
Eventually, Dragon will do something, and all of you will be really sorry about it.
Does he have an Eastern power? Is he going to turn into an Eastern dragon? Is that the gimmick?
What if he has? Remember Jaya? Remember the South bird?
Yeah, that's a devil fruit.
What if his devil fruit is the East bird? He can only go east.
Yeah, that would explain a lot.
Yo, I can't believe that Dragon didn't do anything in this arc. We were really expecting it.
I was so excited for Dragon to do anything.
I knew, honestly, him not doing anything and him doing something would be so out of character. I knew it.
Him doing something out of character. It's crazy.
Though instead, we got my queen, Catherine and Devon, so everything is good.
Blackbeard is making moves.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what? And I said that. When you look at Egghead, okay, or like just as a whole, you look at the Straw Hats, how they were running around, like everybody was like Luffy was taking a lunch break, Sanji was like running around trying to save everybody. Then you have like Zoro who was like stalling forever with Lucci, and then everybody was scattered, like no organization, no nothing, and Jimmy was moving boxes and I don't know, man, twerking somewhere. And then you have the Blackbeard pirate, bro. They came to the island, nobody noticed them, infiltrated. They got everything they needed. They left. The other side went and got pudding. Like they are so organized. Like their chemistry, their synergy. Like his crew is like, they know what they're doing. Like you look at the Straw Hats and you look at the Blackbeard pirate, and you're like, oh my god, it's literally, it cannot be compared.
It's amazing how much of a well-oiled machine the Blackbeard pirates are, considering just how much of a goober their captain is.
I love you, Teach. He's so good.
He plays it off like he is completely and utterly incompetent, but when you look at what his crew is doing, dude, they're making moves. Teach has never had a plan that has gone south. The man only wins.
And I love how Van Auger's just that tactician. He's so good. Van Auger coin go up. It only go up.
Oh my god, the Blackbeard pirates are so good. I cannot wait until we get more of them.
Also, Zakk and I have been going back and forth on how Kizaru needs to be fired because he's fraudulent and bad. But
wait, what?
God, you have the #1 Admiral Defender in here, bro. Choose those words carefully. Kime has been going on the Admiral Brigade.
Yeah, don't y'all dare talk anything bad about my babies.
All I'm saying is that if a Logia's going to awaken, it's probably going to be Kuzan because he's not a Fed anymore.
First of all, Kuzan is not having a mental confliction at the moment. Thank you. And also, Kizaru finished his mission. Stella is ready to be put 6 feet under.
That is true. He did do the kill shot, so mission success, I guess. He's still getting clowned on by a cartoon, though. I don't know.
I think that Luffy is just really strong.
Yeah, it's true.
And so here's the thing: Kizaru beat Luffy the first time they fought, right? True. It's just that they both went down, and I feel like a lot of people were trying to hype up Luffy, but it's like, listen, Oda, every fight he gives to Luffy, Luffy loses, and then he'll win the next one, or he'll win in 3 of them. So the first fight, though, Luffy can never win. I don't think Luffy has ever won, like, first fighting somebody, except maybe Horty Jones, right? Like, I'm pretty sure when he walked up on Horty Jones, he just demolished him. But other than that, even with Caesar Clown, like, he went down, and Caesar wasn't even that strong. He really effortlessly beat him. So it's like we got the original fight where Kizaru beat Luffy, right? But then Luffy comes back and he beats him, and that's just how it is. I think that Kizaru did pretty good, considering that Luffy pretty much has like the best hacks in the world. I'm not like a big Admiral stan, but I do think that a lot of people, because I saw like a couple of threads. One of them was from my boy Tiante, who makes like fantastic theories. But his character analysis on Kizaru, he said he was a sociopath, and personally, to me, I didn't see that. I saw it as a completely different side, where it was like, Kizaru is literally like having his hands in his head, like he cannot even fathom what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
But he's doing it just because it's his job. So like to me, I just feel like he does have that mental confliction. Even still, he's just so distraught over the decisions that he's making. He's not in the right state of mind. Could he have fought harder if he was? Perhaps. But I also think that there's a part of him still that doesn't really want to do this. And so we're just kind of seeing our depressed Kizaru like era. So that's how I see this. I don't think that the admirals are necessarily bad. I mean, Luffy did defeat Kaido, right? Like eventually with Gear 5. He's a lot stronger now. We see him boxing now with the Gorosei. So to me, it's just like, I'm giving Kizaru a pass. Hopefully he comes back a little bit stronger next time.
I mean, at the end of the day, it took every admiral at the same time to deal with Whitebeard alone. So, that being said, Kizaru feels just about as strong as he needs to, being able to fight a fresh Luffy to a standstill.
That's true. Also, like, I agree with you, Tanuki, because I have mentioned this too, the sort of inner turmoil that he is facing of what he has had to do in this day alone has put him in a state of sort of not underperformance, but reluctance, because he's also had to kick a 12-year-old child in the face.
My man had to bring darker sunglasses today.
Yeah.
Aww.
I feel real bad about Kizaru, man.
Yeah.
He had to shoot his best friend in the back for duty. Sucks.
And wipe the floor with Sentomaru, a child he raised. That's crazy. That fight was
my
brutal.
Man. This is a bad day of work for Kizaru.
Yeah.
This man cannot wait to clock out.
I feel so bad for Sentomaru because he was really trying. Oh. Bad day at work for Sentomaru. He got handgunned too. That's terrible. By Lucy. So he's gotten
disrespected. Sentomaru is so disrespected. No, I feel so bad for Sentomaru, bro. This man just got destroyed.
Strongest defense in the world. Did. It's a shame.
He'd never met oh god, who was the guy from Punk Hazard with the full body hockey?
Oh, Virgo.
My man Sentomaru never met Virgo, the actual strongest defense in the world.
Virgo bum too, bro. All these bums.
Or even Kaido for that matter. My man didn't even use hockey and never got hurt. It's kind of crazy.
Kaido's top of the verse, bro. Still.
As he should be. As he should be.
As he should be, he may.
No.
The most honest no in the world.
Gaga Kateo! Oh my god, she refuses!
Very cool. Oh, here's a weird part. Not Jupiter. Wait, the guy that turns to the bird. I keep these names. Okay. He flies into the force field. What do you think that's about?
Why?
Yeah.
Just why?
Does he have an ability like Marco? That's why I believe Chestnut, because I didn't see anything about this this weird yokai thing having any like regenerative abilities. But then again, too, Zoan's have tough bodies and they regenerate, apparently.
I think all of these guys are going to have weird regenerative abilities.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Also
I think that's just the nature of it. Go on.
No, I'm so sorry. I was going to say could also be Emu, you know what I mean? Like Emu's influence, which is why not necessarily their own power.
Who even knows what Emu's doing? Oh my goodness. But the way this is drawn, it looks like they're outside the barrier, flying towards it. But I don't know.
It's confusing.
It's drawn very confusingly.
It's like a JJK chapter. You never know what's going on. You just gotta hope that eventually they'll explain something.
I'm glad you brought that up, not the sidetrack. What happened to the panda? I wanted to ask you that.
In JJK?
Yeah.
I thought he died. He may...
No! Repeat the question.
What's his name? The panda, isn't he dead, bro?
Oh yeah, he's dead. I mean, he's very hard to kill because he kind of can, like, if you keep like one part of his body, he can kind of regenerate. But I think that he's dead. But I cannot confirm it. But anyways, at this point, everybody's dead. Why are you dwelling?
Oh. I'm not going to get into JJK. I love the panda. Oh. But okay, I'll tighten up. Moving on. Friend of the channel, Ghost, pointed this out in a video of his that something was up with the portals that Saturn was creating, and we see that they're actually numbered because we have one with a bunch of 4s around it, another with 3s, and it seems like another with 2s. What do y'all think that's about?
That's probably who's strongest to who's weaker or something like that. Oh no, actually, no, that's not true. I think it's related to the age, like who's from the youngest to the oldest.
I
almost got myself like
Ghost Train. Ghost Train made a bit about this.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Ghost Train. He's awesome.
He is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ghost Train.
Shout out to Ghost Train.
Yeah. So how do we think the portals are being made? Who is in charge of that power? Is that a devil fruit thing? Is that something else entirely? Is it Eam? Is it the Garza themselves?
I think it's a Saturn thing. It's devil fruit personally, but you on.
I think it might be science. I don't know.
That's fair.
I feel like there's such a weird thing with powers right now in One Piece where it's like there is technically magic with devil fruits, right? Like devil fruits is just like a very specific type of magic that certain people can use. This could just be an expansion of that. There's also science, which I think is a really interesting like power system to think about, where it's like you can basically do anything with science. You can do clones, you can give people multiple powers like devil fruits. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a certain scientific index or accelerator. Those things, they have like the church as like a big power, and then there's like espers, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of this, where it's like the powers will intersect at some points and combine. So it is very interesting.
Scientific magic, yeah.
Yeah, like scientific magic, yeah, just like that.
Because we know that science can't do teleportation by itself, because even Vegapunk can't figure that out. There has to be some sort of weird magical element to it.
Magic already exists in One Piece. Like, I mean, like, devil fruits are magic. Like, it's a magical fruit that gives you powers beyond imagination, so that you become like fire. Like, how do you still eat if you're fire? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility that these are kind of just like, I mean, it seems like they're definitely going more for the route of like demonic magic, where it's like these things are like an affront to God, which I love too. I love that there's so much symbolism to religion. This is definitely like hell magic, like the summoning circles and like the way that they're all of these like curves and stuff are like, it's basically just like demonic stars on people. So I like that it's more like this is unholy magic, and then there's science, which technically like also goes against certain things too. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like the church will go against certain scientific doctrines. So I don't know what Oda's cooking, but I like the direction he's going. It seems like there's going to be something really interesting. If we end up meeting One Piece God, you know what I mean? We meet One Piece God.
I mean, maybe we've already met One Piece Satan. which that being Eam.
I agree. I think that Eam is Satan.
Eam might be able to bestow this kind of power onto their underlings. I don't know.
Because what is interesting is that the names of the beasts that they become are separated from their actual names. It's not like ox fruit model Gyuki. It's not proposed in that way. Though I don't like the idea that they are just demons. I think that's kind of weird. And it kind of goes against a lot of theming that we've seen. Maybe they've just been given devil fruits in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it does make sense, because like, why wouldn't they just do the devil fruit? You know what I mean? Ox fruit, mythical, but it's like they don't even say that. It's like these are
just their titles.
Fruit. The thing is it just a title? Is this their just a power? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do they actually have devil fruits? I've heard a couple theories, and when me and Hime first read like the original chapter with Saturn, we were kind of like think tanking if the devils inside of devil fruits had like original incarnations. And it's something that I've always thought about. Like, I think I made a theory when I was still doing like regular One Piece content. I made like a short a while back, basically saying that like there are devils inside of devil fruits, and they used to be people, or they used to be like actual things, but when they die, they're reincarnated as devil fruits. And I think that these are just the original creatures, like they're from 800 years ago. They have not died yet, so they can't
make devil fruits. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a genie, right? Like a devil fruit is basically like a genie inside of the bottle. Like, you're trapped for all of eternity, then going from person to person. But that's how a devil fruit can also have will. But it's like your will is determinate based on. If you're in animals still can retain some will, where it's like sand doesn't retain as much will. So it's like the original devil that was there, like probably because of doing something that was, an affront to Mother Nature, ends up suffering this fate. And so devil fruit users end up suffering probably the fate along with them, where it's like these are still the original devils because they've never been defeated. That's how I take this.
And then we know, especially with Zoan fruits, that they do have like the essence of the being inside of them, and they do have some sort of will of their own. That's why they can make things like swords and stuff come to life. So yeah, I agree. Good stuff.
Which would make it interesting. Oh, sorry. So very quick. I was like, it would make it interesting though for the human fruits, because that would mean that the human fruits most probably were at some point all godlike beings that went up against Mother Nature, and instead of having like the power of fire, or like an animal or a mythical creature, right? Most likely they were just regular humans standing up, which is probably why Joy Boy is one of the strongest devil fruits, because it has like the will and power of a human.
And which is why Chomper ultimately became a doctor, because he's a humanitarian. I like that. That. Good stuff.
Oda be cooking, bro.
Oda do be cooking. And you're cooking too. You and Hime, great guests. Fantastic.
Oh, it's all chestnut, honestly.
I just like really going off on the on like the lore of stuff. That's like my favorite thing in One Piece is the lore. I could write books on how much is taken from like Christianity, like Judaism. There's a lot of like ancient Greece that I've been like piecing together. Obviously, there's a lot of like Japanese lore with like Shintoism, Buddhism. Like, there's just so much from like ancient religion. You could probably even connect it to like the ancient Mesopotamian societies, or like ancient Egypt, a really good example. Like, there's just so much lore packed into here. You can tell that Oda really likes to look at this stuff in his free time. And he's like, yo, that's cool. Let me add that into my story, which is awesome.
It is great. Oh, speaking of which, something you brought up, it's very funny that we're getting all this sort of like occult and demon magic off of a very Christian man's backstory in Kuma.
That is very interesting. Yeah, because Kuma was like which we also don't know what god he really served. Like, it wasn't
Nika, baby.
Like was it actually Nika? Because it's so weird, because the Bible that he holds has a woman's face on it.
True.
I hope the Bible that he holds is a Rassiu situation, where at the end of the day, the Bible it holds nothing. The entire thing is just a symbol.
we know the one piece of information that we know that's in it is that it mentions Sky Islands because Bonnie read it.
Oh yeah, because Bonnie read it. Never mind. Shucks.
Which is weird.
I always thought that the sky people, like from the moon that we see, the thing is, we're not even necessarily sure if they're like aliens or if this was just from the ancient kingdom being so advanced that they were able to colonize like moons, right? But from the Enel cover story, it seems like the most advanced civilization were the Skypians, Shandians, and
the Breckons.
The Breckons, yes. So like, especially when you're looking at that, like they were ancient Egypt, right? Like you can see like the hieroglyphs on there, like the most advanced civilization that lasted for years until it was taken down. A direct parallel to ancient Egypt, which is interesting because when you're looking at the Skypian civilizations today, they do have pretty advanced technology. Granted, all of it is based on the technology they have, like up in the sky, like with the shells and stuff.
Yeah,
but
the dials,
still pretty interesting that they were one of the most advanced civilizations. Almost could be looked at like as like angels, angelic beings, and they're on the Bible. Just saying. I feel like the Birkins hold a lot more. Also, Rouge, right? Rouge, the Mad Monk. For some reason, all of the religious symbolism is based on like Skypians, the Shandians, the Birkins. Very weird to me.
Yeah. And it's weird, too, that Rouge seemingly changes class or race. Because as a child, he's got the weird hair bobbles like a Skypian. But now he's clearly described as a Birkin.
Yeah, it's almost as like they're not actually different. They're tribes, you know what I mean? And you can get into the different tribes. Or it's like, how, I don't know, especially with Enel. I feel like Enel is so important. He has to come back at some point because the Birkins like removing their wings. So interesting.
We got to get moon lore at some point.
Also, fun fact. I don't know if you know this, but you may have come across as a Nami fan. You remember Harades? Harades? The old man that teaches Nami about Witharium and stuff? He is a Birkin.
Yes, I did know that.
That's crazy.
And yet they have like some of the most advanced. They have the most advanced technology in the world. It was why I always like had in the back of my mind because like everybody now I've made like so many theories. Oh, Joy Boy's a fishman. Joy Boy was a buccaneer. You know what I mean? But in the back of my mind, it's like, what if the ancient kingdom was actually like Birkins? You know what I mean? Like their technology is so advanced. It's almost like Oda is putting hints. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they were like the ruling class of the ancient kingdom.
Either them or like the Lunarians.
You know what? I've always thought that the Lunarians were like a surf class just because everybody's like, oh, the Lunarians are from the moon. I never thought that. I think that the Lunarians are actually from like the core of the earth. Because when you're thinking about it, they can survive hot temperatures. They have fire powers. They look like demons, basically, right? Like they have this demonic theme that seems to be present with like devil fruits and power. And it's like, they were also talking about in Egghead Island, an eternal flame. And to me, I'm wondering if they use the power of the Lunarians to power their society. It would also make a lot of sense that they use things like the Buccaneers, the Lunarians, the Fishmen as like surf classes to help like the upper echelons. And then, you know what I mean? Like this could have also been where the world government beeps in the hey, if you join up with us, we can defeat this ancient kingdom. Like, we know that Joy Boy was defeated like 800 years ago, right? And he was supposed to be freeing slaves. Like, was it the world government who was doing that? You know what I mean? Like, was the world government freeing slaves? Or like, did they have the slaves? We don't really know. So I think it's interesting to think about.
I'm probably spoiling myself a little bit, but I have a video coming up that talks about Lunarians specifically, and I find it very interesting that in the entirety of the One Piece world, there are only two creatures that I know of that have pyrokinesis or just fire manipulation in general. That's a naturally occurring thing, and they are now both tied to Egghead. Do you know what those two are?
I don't.
Lunarians, because we have the Seraphim, because of all the experiments done on King, and then we have dragons. Dragons created from Vegapunk.
Oh, yeah.
which can naturally fire breathe. Go on.
No. That's pretty interesting. There's I'd have to sit on that for a bit to like really think of like what, you know what I mean? Like why would Oda be paralleling them like that?
And furthermore, Red 13, the sort of the I guess poster boy dragon of Vegapunk, was named Red 13 by a celestial dragon.
Who is a big fan of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, he loves it. Which is even funnier. Oh, wait, Zakk. You know what's Sephiroth?
What'd I do?
Wait, King is just Sephiroth. That's funny.
I mean, yeah, basically.
That's interesting, but yeah. Well, we theory craft over here, boys. I tell you what.
At the end of the day, Gorosei cool.
Gorosei cool. I interrupted it. Go on.
Gorosei cool is crazy.
I can't wait to see them punched in the schnoz, but they're cool. They're having a really good first impression, I should say.
Cool.
Go on.
No, I'm so sorry. I was gonna say I think they look cool. Sorry.
No, you are the guest. I am sorry.
I keep interrupting y'all. That's my bad. I'm used to talking over Hime.
That's why I just like, you know, at a point like you get numb to it. Like I also talk over her. I don't even notice it.
Exactly.
We suck.
No, you're great. And you are the guest, so feel free. But yes, my glorious Bone King Nosjuro. Oh, I feel so vindicated.
He came in and immediately started annihilating Pacifista.
It's so good. Mihawk on Fraud Watch.
Mihawk has always been on Fraud Watch. I'm so glad more people are seeing it.
I mean, most people assumed when they saw Samurai Gandhi, they assumed it was going to have to be something to do with Mihawk because they're both swordsmen. He's like strongest swordsman in the world. Compared to what? There are so many caveats to that title in general.
I had the craziest thought as I was eating my breakfast this morning. What if Nosjuro, because we kind of know that the Gorosei are pretty old, right? They have been old for a long time. What if he killed Ryuma?
It's possible.
Because I don't think we know how Ryuma died.
That would make him the strongest, like, swordsman ever.
The world government also hasn't really messed with Wano that much, though.
No, he traveled outside of Wano.
Did Ryuma leave Wano?
Yes, that's what Monsters is about.
Oh, never mind then.
Because Monsters takes place like a weird... It looks like where a Blackbeard and Ace fall. It's like a weird saloon town. And they reanimated that recently, so I'm going to just take it for granted that everything in that special translates into canon, because at the end of the special, they relate it back to Thriller Bark. So, to me, that's a definitive statement. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was saying, I was agreeing with you. I'm like, that is true. They did relate it back. So I think you're spitting.
I don't know where that castle is, though, where they got the dragon horn from. That's weird, but you remember that?
So I feel like it's so long ago, you can be like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably got it from somewhere. It's gone.
For real.
But yeah, Ryuma was walking around pilgrimaging, fighting. No, he was looking for himself, which is very interesting. But yeah, I think if anyone were to put him down, I could believe Nosjuro was the guy. And it'll be even funnier that the guy that Ryuma put down, Serrano, I think he was Mihawk's ancestor. So I say that to say Mihawk comes from a long line of frauds. Because in Monsters, he was famously a fraud.
So funny.
I mean,
so funny.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, doesn't Mihawk have to hide behind Buggy?
I mean,
listen, 100%. Isn't he under Buggy?
I mean,
so true, Queen.
Isn't he in the shadows of Buggy?
So true, Queen.
Yo, SVS said that. They said that Mihawk now is in the shadows of Buggy.
Yep.
I'm sorry for the Mihawk fans, but yeah, y'all need to cope harder. Y'all are in the shadows of my glorious king.
Don't they say all SBS and Viva Card, all of these statements are all accurate, and then they're like, except that one. That one's not true.
Also,
you guys misinterpreted it. Like, this is what they're gonna say, and I'm like, no. He literally said he's in his shadows. Like, how do you want to interpret this differently?
Also, while we're on the slander talk, he can't cut out Vita either. Slip fruit, can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yo, what a fraud! Bro needs to learn how to paint his blade a little bit more black to start convincing us more. It's looking a little gray over here.
Alvida, daughter of Big Mom and Kaido. I'm just saying.
Crazy. That's actually crazy.
I stand Alvida so hard. I love her. What a come up.
No, honestly, yeah. You're right. I like her too.
From being like an independent woman in the East Blue to being the right hand of the future Pirate King. Crazy. Also was the vice captain of Buggy's crew at one point. So she's always been in the leadership position. Fantastic. Love her.
A vice captain of 2 Yonko crews. Why?
Right? Wild. Also, Kobe ain't gonna try. He's too scared.
I can't wait until we reveal that Richie has a bounty of over 1 billion because he's a former captain of a Yonko crew.
True. He did captain the crew as well. He sure did. When Buggy was captured by cannibals, he sure did. And he beat up Moji and Kabaji, the 2 bums.
That's what I need to see.
I tell you, I don't know. Chomper better get his game up, because I had a theory that Stronger actually is the guy with the 72 million berry bounty. The horse. Doc Hughes' horse.
Man, I'm just looking at the Elder Stars again. It's so weird that we have 3 yokai, 1 Chinese mythical creature, and then 1 American one.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is the American one?
The sandworm. If it's
American?
if it's truly from Dune.
That's the oldest placement. It's Dune, and it's referenced in D&D as well.
Because America doesn't really have a whole lot of mythical beasts. We have that and like Johnny Appleseed.
And then
Johnny Appleseed would have been crazy.
Dude, like I always talk about people who complain about Wano, and I always talk about like if it was America and we got to have like John Henry versus Frankie and Johnny Appleseed and Paul Bunyan in an arc, that would have been crazy.
Oh, Paul Bunyan's Blue Ox. Yeah. Human fruit model Paul Bunyan.
What?
No, that's crazy. Actually, that is pretty interesting that he's trying to get like a ton of mythical stuff from like
all over the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like it. I do think that I don't know. I feel like the worm is probably based off of the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
We can hope.
Like that's probably where it comes from. Like I know they do translate it as like worm. You know what? That doesn't translate in.
Yeah, it's translated as in worm, as in pseudo dragon.
Yeah. That's the better way. Then it's not worm, it's worm, and everybody's like, well, what?
Yeah, right. Which is a very D&D-ism. Yeah, but go on.
No, yeah, I do find that very interesting. I almost wonder if it is like a D&D based monster, which could actually be really cool. Because honestly, like Dungeons and Dragons lore is basically like current day lore. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah.
And then, I'm sure Oda, and being someone with a property on Netflix now, probably has heard of Stranger Things, which references D&D a lot. Or he probably just got into it from just being a fan of Monster Hunter. Not Monster Hunter, Dragon Quest, excuse me.
I was about to say, what?
No, Dragon Quest. R.I.P. Toriyama. You're the best.
But I also find it interesting that they decide to do the callback to cutting Luffy out of a beast's neck.
Yes.
With the worm itself. A worm which is a creature that is pretty notorious for being able to have its head cut off and being fine afterwards.
Also, shout out to Discord member Minnie. He mentioned to me that Luffy is synonymous with the concept of vor because he's always getting eaten by serpentine creatures.
Why did you say those words? I hate that. That's so cursed.
The Brontosaurus, Kaido, serpentine creature.
The snake from Skypiea. Why?
Vor Peace! The Vor Peace is real!
No, it's not!
No.
We cannot get much higher. It's done.
You get much higher? You mean get much hungrier? So hungry. Grumble, grumble. Grumble, grumble. Okay, I'll stop.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this. In front of the guests, too.
In front of the company. I'm so sorry, lady. I'm ashamed
y'all
of my...
good. No, y'all good. Y'all good. You know what's crazy? While you guys have been having like your mental breakdown, I was looking up D&D sandworms.
Yeah.
There's actually like some pretty cool ones that seem like he may have actually got this from like a D&D because they like some of them have like resistant to slashing attacks and non-magical attacks. And it's like,
I'd be very interested to see what color Jupiter is. Because if he's purple, then it's definitely D&D related.
Yo. Oh, anime's been going crazy too. Been streaming it every Saturday. Good stuff. Can't wait.
I'm also very curious to see what color the Zoan veils are.
Thank you, yeah. Because
it might be black, but it also might be just fire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or it could be like any color that's complementary to the design. Because Luffy being white makes sense. Also, point, Yamato may be awakened.
yeah,
Probably
I'm
is.
think that now that Yamato did have an awakening.
I
don't want Yamato to have an awakening. I feel like that's too much, but like
at the end of the day, the beast that she is based off of a guardian deity of Wano. And at the end of the day, she did everything that she could to protect Wano. So she is the guardian deity to protect it against outside threats like her dad.
Yeah.
So she is one with her devil fruit. She does become that.
very true, very true.
Would she marry Momonosuke at the end? Because that's kind of weird. Because he's
God, no.
He's 28, but he's also an 8-year-old boy. So I'm like, ooh.
No. Yo, I swear to God, people will see two characters that are opposite genders standing next to each other, and they're like, "How can I ship this?"
True.
How can I ship
It's
this?
it's like, ma'am, that is a child.
That is a child.
But Yamato is also kind of mentally stunted like that because she was like in prison for a few years. It's so weird. Like, how far does Oda want to take this? How far can the allegations go?
Oh Lord,
we cannot beat the allegations. Listen, we already had the Bonnie scene, which was gross. I'm like, don't be doing this. Don't be doing this.
The anime has not helped the Bonnie allegations, dude.
I know, and like the animator, like being like, "Teehee," it's like, no, don't, no teehee.
Teehee, sorry, I drew Jinbei shortless.
And it's like, no, just be like, yo, sorry, I didn't know. Just be like, you know what, I didn't know. I thought she was an adult. That's my bad, guys. Just be like, I shouldn't have drawn that scene like that. But instead, that they were like, it's fine. It's like, no.
I streamed that and I was in shambles. I'm like, why now? Bruh.
Bro, I got into so much heat. I did a short. I was like, this is gross. And then everybody is just like, no, this is great. I love seeing that. And I'm like,
oh.
Do you know?
They do. Yo, anime fans are freaks.
Oh.
That's true.
Like there's so many cool, bro. There's so many cool, like, you know, content creators are always like so chill. Like the majority of content creators, they're just like awesome. Like if you create like One Piece content, you got your head right. You know what I mean? Like you're not being this weird stuff. It is the weird fringe audience, and they're just like, I don't think it's weird. In fact, I don't see this as weird at all. And you're like, sir,
there doesn't seem to be anything wrong. Her devil fruit makes her an adult. Like, shut up. She's 12.
Bro, literally.
I slowly put on the police uniform.
Dialing 911, FBI.
Now I gently wait for people to take that quote out of context and put it on the internet to destroy me.
Oh, no.
Listen, bro. You always have the full... That's why you gotta keep things recorded. Always have the full context of things.
Yes. But I genuinely, on Bonnie speak, I genuinely like her as a character. I think she's funny and cute. I do like the chemistry that she has with Chomper and Luffy. I think that's great. I like how it's weird that we haven't had her talk to Zoro, seeing how she was introduced to him first. From back in the day with Sub-Odie. So I hope that goes somewhere. That'd be kind of neat.
Would be nice.
I love that she found the god that she was searching for. I think that's like, it kind of speaks to the whole nature of One Piece. Like you believe in something childish and then it actually comes true. And for her to find Nika is great.
So
I think everything was done really well.
Yeah.
So eventually that means that we'll find out what Luffy's dream is.
Oh,
please,
never,
Oda.
Never, no.
Luffy's dream is super obvious, bro. Luffy's dream is
to throw the biggest party the world has ever seen.
It's just the power of friendship, bro. He's just like, I dreamed that the One Piece is the friends we made along the way. And everybody was like, what?
And that's why Usopp is mad about it, because he's me. He's me. I don't want that.
Usopp is everybody, though. I love you, Usopp. By Cowardly King. Very cool.
We stand.
Indeed. Oh, speaking of Usopp, he comes in clutch this week. He saves the Sunny from going over the side with his bamboo shoots.
At last Usopp uses his pop greens off screen.
Yeah, it'll be animated, don't worry.
It will be animated, that's for sure. They love to animate stuff like that.
Animate Janny's clean it up.
You said the line! Yay!
This is how Oda escapes filler. He just makes enough off screen so where the animators can draw the filler themselves.
And when the One Piece is off screen, as to not spoil the anime onlys.
Could you imagine if we figure out what the One Piece is and it's just a sign that says watch the anime for more?
That would be crazy.
Now available on Crunchyroll.
And it's just the cat's face on the sign for Toei.
That would be hilarious. That would be if it has like the Wit Studio in this, and we're just like, we'll never see it.
Honestly, I would love that. That would be so terrible. It would be amazing.
Oh. I can't. My heart couldn't take it. Oh no.
See, I want the One Piece to be revealed. They get the laugh tail and they open up a chest and there's a note inside there that says the treasure is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first. I, Echira Oda, left everything the world has to offer in that place. And just make the One Piece an ARG.
Oh my word. Or a Naruto headband could be inside the chest.
You know, that's probably the better option right there.
Imagine it's a chest and it just has like a bunch of, it's like one of those like time capsules you made in like 3rd grade, and there's like a pen, there's like a really old like Nokia cell phone, that's like a couple like Welch's fruit snacks, and you're like, oh, this is nice.
I can go for a Welch's fruit snack. Oh.
I mean, given how advanced the Ancient Kingdom was, it's possible.
I like the grape one.
Really? The grape one? I feel like the best is the orange for Welch's.
Oh wait, that's true.
Like the orange slice? It'll eat. I don't like when they have like the little cherry ones. I don't like the cherries. The strawberries I think are good, but the cherry. Honestly, unpopular opinion: cherry flavored things, gross, disgusting. I don't like cherry flavored things.
Unbelievable cherry slander. I can't believe this.
It's touch and go. It's like cherry Coke is good.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it really good, or is it just like okay? Like if they had strawberry Coke, wouldn't that be so much better?
No.
I'm put into a moral quandary here.
I'm taking a page from Hime's book. No.
Exactly. No. You have to take a small break and like, no.
How about cream soda?
Amazing.
I'm torn. I think cream soda, like every once in a while, is okay. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing as root beer. Like sometimes I'm craving root beer. You know what I mean? Like I go and I want some root beer. But like if I'm like a daily driver, you know what I mean? Like if I'm daily driving soda, normal Pepsi all the way. Full sugar. I cannot with diet. Diet Pepsi does not taste good. Diet soda in general doesn't taste good. Give me the diabetes.
That is true. It's like it's watered down. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. Just I'll just not eat meals. Like dinner, I don't need to eat dinner. I'll just have 3 Pepsis.
Is this the most American conversation that has ever happened?
Yes.
Probably.
On TikTok, I watched a video about eagle ceremonies in America, and I remembered in Chicago, where I'm from, depending on where you get your eagle ceremony, you don't get an eagle, you get a falcon. Like if you're born in December, you get a falcon instead of an eagle.
What?
This joke is going nowhere.
I'm so confused.
Yo, listen, bro. Hime is a Canadian. Well, we should have DM'd and got this good. Because this way we could have tricked her, bro.
I was about to say, for those of us who don't know, what is an eagle ceremony?
An eagle ceremony is when an American gets his or her very patriotic bird, and
when we get our wings, right? I forgot.
Because I mean, I saw yours, Zakk. I met your eagle when I visited.
Rest in peace. It's very unfortunate.
Oh,
I've had my American privileges revoked many times.
But you saw my falcon. He's fine. He's a little old though. I'm still trying to push the joke. It's not going anywhere. Anyway.
Much like another character, it turns out a bird of prey is a fraud, like Mihawk.
I don't know anymore. We'll have to see what happens. Is Kabaji going to be the top swordsman in Cross Guild?
Who?
Unicycle Man from Orange Town.
What is this conversation?
I'm very confused.
I was about to say, Mihawk is the top swordsman of Cross Guild. Like, he's not going to lose that title to another member of his crew.
No. Now that I know who you guys are talking about, Unicycle Man. I mean, he did beat Zoro. Like, kind of. Like, he kind of beat him. Zoro came back and beat him in the end. That was only after a little bit of encouragement, which it seems like he needs, every so often he needs a little bit of boost. You know what I mean? Like, his morality gets a little bit low. So he's like, yeah, I need a little morale boost. But yeah, I would say, like, Mihawk's bumming around. At least Unicycle Man doesn't have to paint his blade. Or hide behind Buggy, for that matter. He was an actual right-hand man.
True.
Just saying.
Yeah?
Yeah. Him and the lion, not the freak that's covered in body fur. We don't talk about him. But the lion, which he's great. The freak with the body fur.
Emoji Slancher is unbelievable.
He's awful. He's so bad. Fun fact, he was originally going to be a panda guy, but he just became a panda guy after he got fat. So that's good. I like that. Like, you know how his hair changes into different animals?
Yeah.
He was going to just be like a weird panda cosplayer, but then he just becomes that in the post-time skip.
Fair enough.
Which is sick. It's weird because he has to keep shaving, I guess, which is disgusting. But anyway, I like Saturn.
Good chapter.
Good chapter.
All in all. I think that's everything I have to say about this week in particular.
Yeah. Any other remarks from our two guests?
I think so. I feel like we covered the proper soda, and I feel like that was the most important thing. It's Pepsi.
You misspelled Coke, but okay.
I will have both. Thank you. Very American, like pizza and apple pie and cheeseburger.
Like pizza and pineapple. I will have both. Thank you.
Me too, actually. Well, I guess it's time for social media plugging. So give us your channels, girls.
You want me to go first, Himi? I guess I'll go first since she's.
Oh my god, my mic was muted.
Oh no!
But go ahead, Chestnut.
I'll go first. Hello, everybody. My name is the Chestnut Tanuki. I make animation analysis and theories. I do not specifically focus on One Piece, but I will be doing more One Piece stuff. I always do chapter reacts for my live streams. Always down to talk One Piece, do theories. So we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of variety over on my channels, and I will be trying to diversify a little bit. But if you guys want to come follow me, I am on YouTube. I'm kind of on TikTok after they banned my first account, but I got a new one back up, so we're all good. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. If you just search up the Chestnut Tanuki, Twitter, anywhere you can find me. Just search up the Chestnut Tanuki. I post the same content on everywhere but Twitter, and Twitter is where I have my worst takes, so you don't even have to follow me there. But I appreciate you guys for having me on. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're great. Hime?
Yes, so Hime, you guys can find me on any social platform at Ohimetenshi, and I make skits like chapter reviews. I go live with Chestnut. We have our own podcast and everything. There's a bit of everything on my pages, so daily content as well. And yeah, go follow me over there if you guys want to.
Well, thank you, Chibi Girls, for being on. I really appreciate it. We have been blessed to have excellent guests, and you certainly were one of them, both of you all. And I guess while you're subscribing to people, you should go subscribe to Reddit Severoth. He's just dropped this cool music recreation.
Oh no!
That you should go watch. It's great, especially if you're an old head that remembers the old Newground days of YouTube.
Should I talk about Rouse Forest, or should I let them find it themselves?
Well, it could be their One Piece. They can go look for it. But
my channel is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first. But while you're looking for it, you should go on and subscribe to Paula Pete Works.
And bar's open, boys.
Don't be dodgy. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.